In the last lesson, we discussed the idea of expanding your network and being aware of potential opportunities being all around you under the theme of acceleration. So for this lesson, we'll continue on acceleration, and I'm going to say a few words about your About page on your website. I'll also include an article discussing your About page and what should be on it, because this is actually a very important piece of expanding your network. This is the place people go when maybe they read about you, hear something about you, see you on Twitter or something like that, and they want to know, well, what is this person about? They go to your About page on your site. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to assess your current About page and create a new page with these tips in mind. So first things first, call it About. Don't call it, hanging out with me or any of the creative things that people use. Just call it About. You want to describe what you do for your clients or your customers, what kind of positive results you get for people. How do you benefit them? Remember we talked about benefits and features? You want to talk about your features? You want to talk about benefits, because this is a persuasive piece in a real way. You're describing the benefits of connecting with you. And then you want to define how people can get in touch with you. And you may or may not want to include something like a phone number. You do not have to. Some people will tell you have to. I am giving you permission if you do not want to share your phone number on the web. I'm right there with you. I never have. Not once. But of course, the more ways that you can get contacted, the more contact you're going to get. Some people are email people. Some people are voice people. You might consider providing access on Skype or having a place where they can make an appointment to talk to you on Skype. So different people like to connect in different ways. The more ways you can make yourself available to connect, obviously, the more people you're going to be able to connect with. Also going to talk about your LinkedIn profile. And in my opinion, every professional writer, and it's not only writers, there's a lot of professions I would say this about, should have some kind of presence on LinkedIn. Now, you don't necessarily have to be super active. I totally get that sometimes, it takes energy to be active on LinkedIn. It's not like Twitter and Facebook that suck you in. LinkedIn, you have to make the effort to get there and do your thing. But joining some professional groups, very, very wise. Publishing content on LinkedIn, not a bad idea. Can be a really good way to help people discover you. But you definitely want to have a presence on LinkedIn, because many of your clients or the companies that are going to be looking to either hire you freelance or bring you onto the organization full time, they're going to want to see who you are on LinkedIn. So be on LinkedIn. It's a really good idea, and I do have a session for you on some specifics about what works best on LinkedIn. And finally, just stay agile. Just keep open to new ideas. So you might have a very clear set of ideas right now about what you want to do next. You want to get a job in an organization that's, a short commute from where you live, or you want to get a raise, or you need to score 5 new freelance clients in the next 2 months. You probably have some short-term goals. Those are good. Those are beneficial. This course should help you reach those goals, and I'm all about that. But you also want to stay light on your feet, because sometimes really interesting things happen. And as I said at the top of the session, sometimes doors open that you didn't even know were doors. It's just a really interesting thing, and it really comes from being that person who makes the things that make the web run. The web runs on words, on your words, on artistic, persuasive, challenging, interesting, funny, exciting, human words. And you are really good at putting those words together. So the web runs on you. Don't forget it. Keep your head high. So that's acceleration. And in the next session, Brian Clark is going to join me, and we're going to talk about audience and authenticity. 2 big ones, much bandied about, I would argue often misunderstood. And we're going to talk about the role they play in your content strategy. Remember, both for yourself in your career, and also, of course, for the organizations that you write for. So thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next session.